Salt. For 40 years, you've been told it's poison. The American Heart Association says 1.5 grams of sodium a day. The World Health Organization says 2 grams. The FDA agrees. Your doctor probably told you to cut back. Every food label screams low sodium, like it's a badge of honor. But what if I told you that advice might be killing the people it's supposed to save? In 1977, a U.S. Senate committee, the McGovern Committee, held hearings on diet and heart disease. They had a problem. America was having heart attacks, a lot of them, and they needed a simple villain. Fat was already in the crosshairs, but fat alone wasn't a satisfying explanation. They needed something else people could point at, something in every kitchen, and that something was salt. The committee recommended slashing sodium intake nationwide. By 1980, the dietary guidelines for Americans included the low salt recommendation. For 4 decades, that guideline has been defended, not because the evidence kept supporting it, but because once a government body makes a public health recommendation, admitting they were wrong is almost impossible. But in 2016, researchers published something in The Lancet that the medical world was not ready for. 133,000 people in 49 countries were tracked for years, looking for one thing: what actually happens to your heart when you eat different amounts of salt? Here's what they found. The people eating the least salt, less than 3 grams a day, had the highest risk of death, heart attacks, and strokes. The study split people into 2 groups, those with high blood pressure and those without. For people with hypertension and very high salt intake, more than 6 grams a day, yes, reducing salt made sense. That was about 10% of the population. But for everyone else, the other 90%, eating less than 3 grams of salt was associated with more heart attacks, more strokes, and more deaths. But why would low salt be dangerous? Shouldn't less of a bad thing always be better? Sodium is an electrolyte. Your nerves cannot fire without it. Your muscles cannot contract. Your brain cannot send signals. Without sodium, you die. And when you chronically undereat salt, your body doesn't just quietly accept it. It fights back. Low salt forces your body to act like it's stressed, all day, every day. Ever wonder why you feel dizzy on a low-salt diet? Why your energy crashes? Why you can't think clearly? It's not in your head. It's in your blood volume. Low salt means lower plasma volume, which means less blood reaching your brain. So what should you do? First, stop fearing salt. Start fearing the right things. Seed oils, refined sugar, processed foods with ingredient lists you can't pronounce. Second, use real salt. Table salt is stripped of minerals. Sea salt, Himalayan salt, Celtic salt, they still contain trace minerals your body actually needs. Third, listen to your body. If you're craving salt, you probably need it. Your body is smarter than a 1977 Senate committee. If you sweat a lot, exercise hard, or live in a hot climate, you need more. If you're keto or carnivore, you need more. If you're fasting, you absolutely need more. And fourth, and this is the one that matters most, test. Don't guess. If you have high blood pressure, don't just assume salt is the problem. Check your other electrolytes. Check your magnesium. Most people are deficient, and that drives blood pressure up more than salt does. Check your insulin. check your inflammation markers. The modern world doesn't have a salt problem. It has a processed food problem, a chronic stress problem, a mineral deficiency problem, a sleep deprivation problem. And we're so desperate for a single villain that we keep blaming the wrong things. Born Healthy isn't about following guidelines. It's about asking better questions. It's about minerals before macros. It's about ancestral wisdom, modern evidence, and thinking for yourself. If this resonated with you, you're in the right place.